What is your gut type? Do you realize that each and every one of us has such a unique microbiome, the gut bacteria, that it's as unique as our fingerprints? Now, many people think that that should determine what we should eat. And indeed, it can help us understand why some bad diets are better than other bad diets. But the way it's being used now is worthless unless you understand what our species-specific diet is. And if we eat the wrong foods, our bacteria are going to be different based upon the different foods. So yeah, we all have a unique microbiome because not all of us are eating exactly the same food. But you can sure put them into different groups, and that's what some of our doctors are doing now. They're thinking that they're incorporating the East and the West and coming up with a better system, and it is a little bit better. But once again, when you don't understand our species-specific diet, the solutions that they come up with are only Band-Aid approaches at best. So they know that if you eat a lot of meat, for example, you're going to have a whole different microbiome in your intestines. And then they'll even go as far as saying that that we're so unique that foods that are healthy for some people won't be healthy for others, and that's not how it works. And I explained that in my video comparing a vegan diet versus a paleo diet, and how because of our own genetic microbiome is unique because some of our ancestors ate some of the wrong foods and others ate the other wrong foods, and as a result some will not have a lactose intolerance and some will not have a gluten intolerance. But just because you're not intolerant to glucose or lactose doesn't mean it's healthy for you. So that was a big mistake I noticed just recently with people using this approach, is they go as far as saying that it's a healthy food because you don't have an intolerance to it. No, you don't have an intolerance to it because our guts have morphed over the millennium because we've been eating the wrong food. And some people are better at eating the wrong food than others, but that does not make us impervious to eating the wrong foods. And when you look at, once again, the solutions these people offer, if you just went back to our species-specific diet, you realize, well, that's the solution for all of it. If you eat the right foods, you'll have the right bacteria. If you eat the wrong food, you'll have the wrong bacteria, and you're going to have a set of symptoms for that. And you can modify your diet and make it better than it was by understanding that, but you're not going to really figure out the solution. In fact, these people went as far as saying, because we're so unique, there isn't one size that fits all. And yet there is. It doesn't matter what kind of gut you have. The one size that fits all is a solid food vacation. Not once was that mentioned on the program I saw yesterday on Dr. Oz. It's kind of a joke in a way, sad joke, that these people don't know about fasting and they don't know about our species-specific diet. There is a one size that fits all for everybody. You got the wrong bacteria in your gut, you got any type of digestive system upsets, whether it's constipation or diarrhea or gas or bloating, the solution's always the same. Take a solid food vacation, either on water or on juices, and then adhere to a species-specific diet, and you won't be feeding the colon with the wrong bacteria. Now we have to keep in mind that our species-specific diet is no different than all the other species on this planet, except for the fact that that is only our ideal diet in an ideal world. And we no longer live in an ideal world anymore. And that means we're going to have to supplement our species-specific diet because we can no longer make everything we need to, because we no longer live in an ideal world. A lot of us are living up where we're not getting sunshine. We've got to figure out how to work around that. Some of us are making B12, some of us are making DHA. Some of us can be damaged from birth and not make a host of different level 2 nutrients. And of course, most of us are damaged from what we've been doing for decades, and we actually become dependent upon those mistakes. So yeah, you bet. If you're a high protein meat eater, you're going to have foul smelling gas because of the bacteria that's breaking down that stuff. And now, should you eat a specific diet just for you? No, it's the same diet for everybody. We have a species-specific diet. This isn't complicated, my friends. And if you're going to at least know that we should not go to the animals and only eat plants, you have to realize we got to stop cooking them. Because when we cook them, we alter them. It's not the same thing. And it's hard to wrap our brain around this for the average person. If you're brand new to my YouTube channel, there's a simple solution to understand this. Take a solid food vacation. Test an idea as time has come. Flush everything out. Eat the right food. You'll establish the right kind of bacteria. If you have a history of taking a lot of antibiotics, you might need to start taking some sort of supplements right off the bat. Or perhaps go to fermented foods, which some people think isn't ideal. And yet you can get so much of that friendly bacteria in a homemade serving of fermented food. If you make it properly, 3.5 ounce serving, 100 grams, you can get more good bacteria than you can if you buy an expensive supplement, a 30-day supply. In just one serving, more than in a 30-day supply. So if you've had those issues, one of the first things you might want to do is address that issue. Although the way I look at it, it only makes sense to me is let's just take a solid food vacation. Let's get everything out of there that doesn't belong there. Eat the right food and you'll establish the right colony. If you need extra help, you can go to supplements or try some fermented food on a temporary basis, or you try some cabbage Rejuvelac. Robert Gray talks about making that in his book, The Colon Health Handbook. I've typed that out. I'll go ahead and copy and paste that and put that down below as either one of the comments or in the description box. I'm not sure where I'll put that right now. If I have enough room, I'll put it in the description box, possibly. If not, it'll be one of the comments. And that's a simple thing you can do while you're taking a solid food vacation. That's what I did long ago when I first did it. Now I don't worry about it. Of course, I've been eating the wrong food for so long, I don't have to worry about reestablishing that friendly bacteria. But a lot of us, if we have that as a history, then we might need to do something extra. And again, why would we do this? Because we're damaged. That's the two groups of needs. The species-specific diet, we have anatomical limitations based on that. We have to respect that. But then we're damaged in some way. We might have all the wrong bacteria because we've been taking so many antibiotics over the course of our lives that we might need to address that issue right off the bat. Although, again, it only makes sense to me is let's just jump on that solid food vacation, flush everything out, and when you do that, you're in for a treat.